there, guys. Hey, trendsetters. We have Derek and Jora. Hey, Derek. How's it going?
Going really well. Trixie, how about you?
Oh, it's going good, man. Tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, where you at, and what you're doing right now.
Again, my name is Derek. I am the host of Suck It Podcast based out of Northern Virginia. Live 5 nights a week and currently just under 1 million downloads per month.
Wow, per month. Wow.
Yeah.
What is that like?
It was weird. So last Thursday was my 100th episode, which I did with Mona Marshall from South Park, which was fantastic. And on that day is the first time in September I broke 700,000. And then over the weekend, going into yesterday, I broke 800,000 for September. And I'm like, whoa. And now it's like, if this continues by the end of the month, I'll hit 1 million for the month of September.
Wow, that does sound amazing. So you must wake up and are you like challenging yourself every day, or is this just something that you're like, whoa, let's just see what today brings?
Pretty much. I challenge myself every day. I mean, I'm constantly looking for, bigger and better guests, funnier, experiences, and just everything I can possibly do to make sure that I stand out from everybody else.
You said 100 episodes. Do you remember your first episode? What was that like?
I do. And the funny thing about it is actually like more than 150 episodes, but I only count the episodes of Suck It Podcast because there was a show beforehand with my previous co-host that was a different name and different time. But that first episode, man, it was just crazy because, I mean, we didn't really know what we were doing. We recorded on our cell phones, through the Anchor app. Just kind of like, what are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? And next thing I know, it was like an hour later and we're just, sitting there talking crap back and forth and, making fun of each other and talking about life and everything else like that. And it was just interesting. And then it slowly evolved into an interview show and comedy and everything else in between. But that first episode really set the stage for something that I had no idea was going to become this.
Yeah. I mean, who expects it? We all wish the best for each other, and we see where it goes, especially right now with everything going on. Instead of doing interviews face to face, we're here, doing Zoom, and it still works, and we get our point across, and we get to introduce each other and see what things are going in our lives today, like you said. And can you tell me some things about your comics, like the stuff you have on your wall? The last time I got to speak with you on movie reviews and more, you spoke a lot about cartoon stuff that you do, and I kind of wanted to tune in more to see what is that about, and how did you get started with that?
All right, so back in '88, I was 7 years old, and I went into a comic book store with my mom, and with my mom for the very first time. There was one right near an Albertsons near my house, and I was like, "What's a comic book? I want to go see what this is." I've heard a lot about it, but I didn't know. And I had heard of Spider-Man and Superman, stuff like that, but I wasn't really sure what a comic book was. But anyway, walk into this store, and one of the new releases that week was building up to when Spider-Man had obviously it was the time during Spider-Man had a black suit on before he separated himself, and Venom, came out of that. But I walked in there and it was like Spider-Man had a black suit on. And I mean, I'm 7 years old, but I knew Spider-Man was red and blue. What's going on here? So I begged my mom to buy this comic book for me because I wanted to know more. And I read through it so quickly. And then next thing I know, I went and had my mom buy all the black suit backlogs because I wanted to understand what was going on. And then next thing I know, Venom came out of it and just this whole thing that happened. But, Peter Parker was the nerd that was picked on all the time. And, I was that kid as well. I was constantly bullied. I was beat up every day. I was just that kid that just nobody liked. And I really related to him on that level. And, he just kind of sparked something in me that just made creativity flow within me. And between that and everything else I wanted to do at that point, I just knew I wanted to do something in that genre.
Yeah, definitely. And are you an artist as well, or do you do?
I am in no which way, shape, or form an artist. I can draw stick figures with googly eyes. That's about it. No, I actually like to do voiceover stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've been trying to break into that for a long time. But voiceover, doing different characters and voices are my thing. I love that stuff. And, I love cartoons for the sheer fact of, it doesn't really matter if it's South Park or Family Guy or Simpsons or BoJack Horseman, that whole idea that, there's a little bit more freedom there. There's a little bit more, opportunity to be more creative than with, live action. And it's just so, interesting because, some of the stuff that they do on South Park or
Yeah.
Family Guy, you can never get away with live action. But because it's a cartoon, they let you get away with it. And it's just, I love that whole thing. I love everything about it. It's so much fun.
So much fun. Well, since you've done so many episodes, is there anyone that's that has played a certain role on any of the comics books or anything like that you've got to interact with as far as a Zoom interview or anything or any kind of chat, even on the phone?
There was one guy who's a stuntman that
Okay.
has pretty much been in every single Marvel movie as a stuntman. His name is Antonio. No, I can't remember. Yeah, I think it's Antonio Follicito, or I can't remember his name. I do apologize, but talking to him was pretty cool because at one point we were talking about, because he's up in the up and coming Marvel TV series Falcon and Winter Soldier that's gonna be on Disney Plus next year, and we were talking about how he was in that and stuff that whatever, and one of the things that I wanted to ask him about was if he had any dirt, and he didn't give me any dirt, but he kind of like leaned toward some dirt. So I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if this is going to happen." So what happened was, if anyone ever read the comic books, that after Steve Rogers died, Bucky took up the mantle first of Captain America. Well, in the movies so far, Falcon was the one that took up, Sam was the one that took the mantle. And I was like, and the whole idea behind this whole thing is, Sam coming into one, but at the same time, there's going to be a feud going on, whatever. And I said to him, I go, I wish that they wouldn't have, done Sam first. I wish they would have done Bucky first. And when I said that, he goes, I don't know, maybe. And he kind of got this whole look on his face, like, oh crap, don't talk about this because I can't answer any questions. So I was like, okay. So I took the hint. He didn't come out and say it like that, but I was like, okay, I got the hint. We're not going to talk about it, but I was like, oh, come on, man, give me some of that.
Well, man, speaking of dirt, I don't know if you read stuff on social media and stuff of what goes on in this crazy world today. Did you see I just saw yesterday one of the CNN reporters, Jeffrey Toobin, who was on a Zoom call and was masturbating during his Zoom call with his co-workers from CNN, along with some from the radio station, and so now he's being under investigated. What do you think about people masturbating during a Zoom call? If you don't mind me asking.
To each his own. I mean, hey, some people get paid for that and get paid good money for that. But being from CNN, that's a little too far for me.
Do you think anybody? I mean, I was kind of thinking, he's got to know people? I mean, he was online. I mean, during this call, was he not? I don't know. That's just kind of weird. How would supposedly he exposed his penis, so I don't know. Maybe he's into voyeurism. I don't know.
Maybe, but at the same time, turn off the camera. I mean, if you got to, bust one out real quick, turn off the camera. I mean, geez.
I know. Go ahead. I'm
Oh, that's
sorry.
funny.
Yeah,
No, that's
I
funny.
was like,
I
this
didn't
is
know anything
something I
about
gotta
that. That's
bring up
good.
to Derek. I said, I wonder if how he would feel if I bring up this crazy, but it's something that is it's a bodily function for us humans. But to do that on a Zoom call is just kind of a little too much. It's kind of funny to me.
Oh my
I
God.
find that comedy for today.
Yeah, that is definitely the comedy at its finest right there.
Yeah.
I can write a whole hour-long set just about that. That's good stuff.
Oh man. Well, tell us more. I hate to go from that topic to another topic. We're going to move on to another topic.
I'm the same
Tell
way,
me
so
about.
it's okay.
Yeah, right. Let's stick to that. But hey, man, tell me what's going on with you and Amazon. You've got all kinds of things going on. What's your latest thing
So
you've got going? You just mentioned something.
so
I don't
what
know if I can
what
say
what
it.
oh, no, not yet. No, not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, as far as Amazon goes, I am getting ready to launch on Amazon Prime
Okay.
next week.
Next week, yo, you're gonna love it. Yeah, they're absolutely wonderful, and
Yes.
um,
So I started uploading today. I'm just waiting for everything to get approved and
mhm,
stuff like that. So hopefully by the end of the week, the first episode, or at least majority of the episodes, will be up on Amazon Prime. So that is pretty exciting because the thing about it is, I'm getting 800,000 listens through my podcast, but yet YouTube does absolutely nothing for me. And it's completely ironic that, I can get that many downloads, 42,000 downloads per episode, but barely break 20 downloads on YouTube. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to try a different outlet. I'm going to try a different platform. And luckily, Amazon was there to
mhm,
accommodate, and
mhm.
I'm all about it.
Great. Is that Amazon? It's Amazon Prime. Is that with the music? Because I was just in another Zoom call uh, and I was learning about that as well. So I didn't know if that was with the
So,
video
am,
or music or.
yeah, yes and yes. So the podcast is available on Amazon Music. Amazon Music started accepting podcasts a little over a month ago.
Oh,
So I've been on there since day one. But now I'm going to be on Amazon Prime Video as well.
video. Congratulations. That's a really good come up for you because Amazon Prime for the video production. We are in five global uh, countries, and so I think you're gonna flourish very well, especially with you doing so many views, and that would be wonderful for you.
Yeah,
I have nothing but good things to say about Amazon. So I really like that platform, and I know you do too.
I do
So
now. Yep.
yeah, it's really great. So is there anything else you can let us trendsetters out here know what goes on with you and how to become a successful podcast person like yourself?
um, Honestly, success in this business is two things. Um, Number one, you got to let yourself, be yourself. You cannot do what everybody else is doing because there's literally over 1 million other podcasts just here in America alone doing exactly that exact same thing. If you want to start one, great. If you want to start one with the intention of becoming a career, don't do that. At least not now. Some people get really, really lucky, and that's the second thing is luck. Um, it, because you've got to fall into the hands of the right people. Never be afraid to collaborate. Collaboration is key in this business too. Um, you know, find PR people that are willing to work with you. Find other podcasters that are willing to work with you. Find YouTubers or this or that are willing to work with you, or bring you on their show to get more, exposure. If you get offered a guest, never say no. I can tell you that much right now. Never say no to a guest. I don't care if you don't like the person. I don't care if you have nothing in common and you physically hate everything about their points of view. Never say no to a guest because everybody has a story to tell. And the more stories that you tell, the better off you are. So that's my biggest key right there is just be open to everything and be yourself, be your genuine self. So but as far as that goes, you know, I spend most of my days doing a lot of graphic design and, you know, creating different things for the show, trying to make sure that my show, you know, stands out as best as I can. I'm in the process right now of creating a new intro video and audio for it. But it's all about, you know, booking guests, you know, constantly sending out emails, you know, hey, you know, can you, you know, come on the show, or can you have this person come on the show, or hey, and if nobody else reaches out, you know, then reaching out to the PR people that I work with and saying, hey, do you have anybody for me this week? You know, it's a constant battle, constant struggle. I mean, I work literally from 8:30 in the morning till about 10:30 at night every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
That's more
mean,
than me.
yeah,
You're
I mean,
on it though. With those kind of views, man, you deserve it. You really
yeah, I
deserve
mean,
it.
I wake up literally every morning and I look at my phone immediately and say, okay, all right, what's my view count from yesterday so far? Okay, good. Okay, well, oh crap, it's really low. Okay, let me get this views up. Oh no, my listen count's really low. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me post this. Let me do a swipe up here. Let me do that. Let me go to Reddit real quick and post it on Reddit. You know, whatever I got to do. And then from there, it's just, you know, emails all day long. Email, and it's just constant back and forth. But it's all worth it in the end. I mean, it's just so satisfying. Like, you know, like I was mentioned earlier, you know, last Thursday, and you talked to her on movie reviews and more,
Yeah.
with Mona Marshall. You know, to have somebody of that caliber on the show, you know, at any stage in your career is still, you know, so honorable. You know,
I'm
she was,
still starstruck. She
I mean,
was
she
like,
was fantastic.
yeah, she was on it. She was on it,
I
and
mean,
she's
we
good.
talked for an hour and 45 minutes on my show.
Oh,
Yeah, we talked for an hour and 45 minutes. And I could have literally talked to her for another hour and 45 minutes. I
yeah.
mean, she's just amazing. I mean,
Yeah, she's
absolutely
very easy
amazing.
to talk to, and she did
Yeah.
we did a little voiceover um lesson, and you know, I was like, I felt very intimidated because she's awesome. Of course, she's Mona Marshall, and
Yeah.
you know, but she was even helping a person like me who's not very good at voiceovers. So she's got some talent there, man. She really does. So
Yeah, I do a
Derek,
pretty decent impression of Cartman on the show.
I was gonna say,
And yeah,
do something
and
for me.
if anyone ever heard the song, you know, from the movie Kyle's Mom's a Bitch, I actually sang that song for her on the show.
Wow, the whole thing. Well, you know,
Oh, the part of it, just to get her on the, I kind of like did it as her intro into the show.
yeah.
And it was just so funny. I had her laughing. I had her rolling. I was just like, you know, I'm going to do this. And my wife was like, how many times do you think people have sung that song for? I go, I don't care. I'm doing it.
Hey,
So I
sing
did
us
it.
a piece. Sing. I love it. Sing it if you can.
um, okay. All right. So, well, Casmon's a bitch. Is a big fat bitch. Is the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. Is big old bitch. Of the rest of the bitches. A bitch to all the boys and girls.
That is good. That is so good. I see a big career in voiceovers for you, man. You're like on it. You can do it good. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm like, she was trying to teach us about nasal and whatever, and I'm like, I feel like I sound terrible. But you, man, you do a good Carmen for sure, for sure. So what do you?
I like to think so.
Yeah, you do, man. So what do you see yourself doing right around the corner, man? 2021's coming up.
So honestly, in the next year, my show is going to morph into something completely different. And I announced it last week, and I'm gonna, you know, announce it here too. But right now, it's just a standard interview show, you know, just like you have right here, just like movies or even more, the standard interview show. However, I want more, and I'm not, you know, famous by any means yet. You know, I have a little clout behind me, but I'm gonna take something that has been done before, but doing it in a way that's never been done before in a way that no one ever thought they could. So basically, this is what I'm going to do. Over the course of the next year, I'm going to I'm going to get a studio, a real studio or warehouse, and I'm going to fully furnish it and get it all done up. And I'm going to take and do my show kind of like Tonight Show, Late Show style. However, I'm going to do it in such a way that, again, this is where no one's ever done it before, because I don't have a major backer. I'm doing it my own way. No one does that that way. No one has their own type of Tonight Show online at all, other than the Tonight Show and, you know, Late Show and Kimmel and stuff like that. But I'm going to do it like that, but in a raw, unfiltered, uncensored way. So basically taking all the best elements of my show now and doing the exact same thing, just with a live band, you know, and maybe a live, you know, guest, or maybe not, you know, it all depends on, you know, the virtual stuff, but whatever. But the whole idea is it's going to be done just like the Tonight Show or Late Show, but again, raw, unfiltered, uncensored, and do things that you can't do on a normal network. And I'm going to just spice it up and make it the best damn show on the internet.
That does sound good. What are you trying to do? Like the donkey show or something? You're gonna like all kinds of. I started thinking of just some crazy.
If I could pull off a donkey show on the internet, if Amazon or YouTube would let me do a donkey show, oh my views would blow up.
Man, I had fun with you today, man. Gosh, just so much going out there, and again, you've done amazing with your 1 million views a month, and I can't wait to see more and hear more from you, because I really think you've got something going, and you've got a good head on your shoulders with what you have planned for 2021, and I think you have a different look too than Jimmy and all those, you know. We're waiting for people like that. Your beard, it's cool. It's yes, it's very sexy too. And so people like to see that.
Right back at you.
That would be excellent. So can you tell my trendsetters out there how they can find you on the web?
You can go to search for me on on Instagram at Suck It Podcast, all one word, Suck It Podcast. On Facebook, same thing. I'm available on, you know, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple iTunes, the whole gambit, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Suck It Podcast, everywhere podcasts are found. I'm also on YouTube at Suck It Podcast, and soon to be launching on Amazon Prime. So take a look out for that as well. But Suck It Podcast, everywhere you can find podcasts right now.
There you go, guys. You heard it here with Derek. And you know what? In 2021, early 2021, whenever he has all that studio going, we're gonna go give him a visit, and we're gonna have another face-to-face interview, then Zoom, and we're gonna make things happen. And I appreciate your time, Derek, and I'm sure all the trendsetters are gonna love, you know, following you, and we just can't wait to see what you do next.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Derek, and you have a good day. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.